Hi guys, it's Thursday, which means you get another trip into my mind. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a fabulous week. Um, so last week I talked about, or I touched on, why one of the things that people always say to me in terms of not having the energy, the time, or the money to concentrate on getting their health sorted and focusing on prioritizing their health. And I mentioned in that live about the need for skills and knowledge when you're sort of trying to sort your health out. And I said I would talk about that this week. And this is something that I've come across again since I mentioned it in last Thursday's live. And I think it's a really common thing that people think that they need to be an expert in alternative medicine, in holistic health. Just let me move this down. It's a new webcam, and I'm still sorting it out. I don't know if I like it, to be honest. Yeah, they need to be an expert in alternative health and alternative medicine, whatever you want to call it, before they start trying to sort out their health on their own, naturally. Now, fair enough, if you're going to do something by yourself, then you kind of do need a bit of an overview, but we have Google. You can Google what stuff is and where to start. That's the key. So I would say in terms of the world of endometriosis is really, really complicated. Endometriosis is a really, really complex condition that when you really, really start to get to know it and to understand it, it's a whole different world opening up in terms of illnesses. So if you understand how your body works in the vaguest sense, then endometriosis is pushing the boundaries of that knowledge, because it really is fundamentally one of those illnesses like cancer, like fibromyalgia, that really gets to the core of how your body works. So if you just have a basic knowledge, and especially if it's just a basic Western knowledge, then just understanding endometriosis can take a bit of a leap of faith, or it can take a massive build-up of your knowledge. Similarly, when we come to the world of alternative natural remedies, that is a whole different world as well. And again, it can be so complicated. You'll have heard me talk before about different therapies and different therapists, and how you can go to one, or you can go to different therapists for one therapy and have a completely different experience with all the therapists. So that is a whole different world as well. So if it's a world that you're just starting out in, or if you have a little bit of knowledge, if you've been to an acupuncturist or you've tried Reiki before, then delving into this whole world in terms of sorting out your endometriosis with alternative remedies and natural remedies, just jumping into this natural remedy world can be a pretty scary thing as well. So people tend to think that it's too scary and that they'll need all this knowledge before they start, but actually you don't. So there's two things you can do. You can start the journey completely by yourself. I would advise not to. Even 20 years ago when I started this journey, there was people around who helped me, so I didn't have to do this by myself, and I didn't do this by myself. I had various people along different stages of the journey to help me and to guide me. So my first thing, oh dear me, just turn that off. So my first step in the journey, I had one particular person, and then over the years, different people have come into my life to help me when I've needed that help, which has been fantastic, because without those people, I wouldn't have had the journey that I have. So even if you want to do it yourself, find somebody, even if it's just somebody to talk to, even if it's just somebody who's an expert in one particular therapy or endometriosis. Just find that one person that you think will be able to help you on that stage of the journey. Now that can be something as simple. So the first person I met was just somebody who really helped me understand the world of natural medicine. So it's somebody who didn't know anything about endometriosis, but was able to point me initially in the direction of Reiki and help me understand what Reiki is and how it could help me relax. Because at that point in my journey, I didn't really understand endometriosis. I was really stressed. I thought the only option was the options that the doctors were putting in front of me. I wasn't sleeping, I had pain, I was struggling to relax, so I wanted help with relaxation. So that's what I initially sought help with, relaxation and anxiety. And I came across somebody who did Reiki, and that person helped me see the benefits of Reiki and helped me understand how that helped my body. So I didn't have any skills and knowledge at that point. So this is where this thing comes from, that you don't need any skills or knowledge. If you do have some skills or knowledge, then you might be able to walk a little bit of the path completely unaided by yourself. But there's going to be some point where you come across something that pushes your boundaries of your knowledge, which is fine. That happens to all of us in every journey that we take. And that's the beauty of this journey as well. You get to understand your body, your endometriosis, and the remedies that are out there like never before. So you don't need to have skills and knowledge to start to prioritise your health. All you need, if you don't have skills and knowledge, is that one person who can guide you through what they know. And that one person won't have all the knowledge, won't have all the answers for you, but they might have all the knowledge and answers that you need for this particular stage of the journey. Now, one thing, I watched a video earlier, I think, well, over the weekend. I was going to say earlier in the week, but I think it was the weekend. It's all blurring into one these days. That really hit home, and it was about the difference between simple and simplistic. So endometriosis is a fantastic example of this, and treating endometriosis with natural remedies and alternative medicine is a perfect example of this. So you can say endometriosis is really simple, and when this is my tips in terms of finding somebody who can help you on your journey. Somebody who has a really simple understanding of endometriosis will be that person who says, oh yeah, endometriosis is where your womb lining grows outside your womb and it causes pain. Yeah, I can help with that. I can help with your pain management. So that's a really simple, slightly wrong, but you get what I'm saying. That's sort of a simple understanding of endometriosis. Now, in order to really delve whether that person can help you on your endometriosis journey or not, you need to delve deeper into what that person is saying. So somebody who has a simple view of endometriosis will just keep repeating that. We'll just keep saying the same things over and over again. They'll just say, oh yeah, no, I can definitely help with that. It's all about pain management or diet. Oh yeah, so we see a lot of people who are expert at what they do, and I don't want to detract from that, but a lot of people think that what they do is the answer to endometriosis, when actually the answer to endometriosis is a combination of everything. So if you come across somebody who says, oh yeah, I can really help you clear your endometriosis up with diet. Yeah, I know endometriosis, it's caused by an inflammation of the gut. And then they'll just keep repeating that. So no matter what questions you ask, no matter what different scenarios you put to them, the answer will always be their specific area of knowledge, which is fine, but they might not be the person that you need. Now they might be, because you might have the knowledge of everything else, but your gap in your knowledge is the diet. So they could be the person for you because they have that really in-depth knowledge about the diet. So they could be the person for you. But if you're asking for help with endometriosis, then they're probably not the person for you. The key is to find somebody with a simplistic understanding of endometriosis. So for example, if you start talking to somebody with really in-depth knowledge of endometriosis, then they will start overwhelming you with detail if they haven't got the simplicity down. And this is me, because I do really badly because I get so excited and it just all comes out. So I haven't got this simplicity thing down yet. But a simplicity knowledge of endometriosis, I've got the knowledge, it's just how I tell you about it. So the simplicity knowledge of endometriosis is somebody who can sit down and say, well, yeah, endometriosis is a really complex illness. It's a really complex condition. And then they'll start asking you questions. So they'll say, do you have problems with your bowels? Have you noticed any triggers? And they'll start delving a little bit deeper into what they understand endometriosis to be. And they'll be really interested in hearing your examples and your truth about your endometriosis. So if you're looking for that support in terms of a wider endometriosis support, then it's that difference that you're looking at between simple and simplistic. So somebody with that complex understanding of endometriosis, they might not be able to articulate it, and you might feel as if it sounds really overwhelming, and you might step back after you've spoken to that person and think, oh my goodness, this is too much to cope with. I don't have the skills, I don't have the knowledge that I'll need to work with this person because it's a whole different world. But actually that's kind of what you need with endometriosis. You kind of need that overwhelming world to open up to you, and you need somebody to be able to guide you through that overwhelming world, because without that holistic approach, without that looking at everything, without that overwhelm of information, you're never going to be able to get to the bottom of your endometriosis, because you'll end up with a simple answer to endometriosis. The simple answer being, it's because of your diet, it's because of your anxiety, it's because of your tilted uterus. And that isn't the answer to endometriosis. The answer to endometriosis is possibly all of them, but it could be something entirely different as well. So the answer to prioritizing your health and having the skills to prioritize your health, you don't need any skills and knowledge to prioritize your health or to start to get to the bottom of what your endometriosis is. If you have some skills and knowledge, then you need to just take it really slowly and really understand the journey that you're on and how your endometriosis works, and plug any gaps in that knowledge or skills that you have, and find individuals that can plug those gaps. For example, a dietitian if you don't know enough about the diet, or the link between anxiety and endometriosis, or vulnerability and trauma and endometriosis, or mental health issues and endometriosis, or tilted pelvis and tilted uterus and tilted womb and endometriosis. Or hip problems and endometriosis. So you need to understand the gaps, or acknowledge the gaps in your understanding in terms of endometriosis, then find individuals who can plug those gaps. Or if the whole thing just feels way too overwhelming, then find somebody who is already part of that world to guide you through. And like I say, that person could just guide you through the first few months or the first few weeks of your journey, and then see you soar by yourself. But it's understanding what gaps in your skills and knowledge you have if you want to get to the bottom of your endometriosis for good. I hope that makes sense. Any questions, please put them in the comments, or drop me a message if you'd prefer to message me. Throughout this month, it's my birthday month, yay! And I am looking to speak to 44 new people with endometriosis, but with other chronic health conditions as well. So if you know somebody who doesn't have endo, but they have things like anxiety or IBS or anything like that, and they're sick of struggling, then I would love to speak to them, because I want to help. I'm turning 44, so I'd love to help 44 people. I've turned 44, my birthday was yesterday, so I am 44 now. So in May, I want to help 44 people overcome endometriosis or any other chronic illnesses, or help them on their journey to achieving that. So if that's you, book yourself in. If that's somebody else you know, then feel free to pass my details on, and I'd love to speak to them in May. I've actually blocked out the time, 44 hours. I think 8 of them have gone now, so whatever 44 minus 8 is, that is the number that's left. So there are still a few slots left if you're interested. Thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of the week, and I will speak to you soon.